We're going to move over to the west side of the state in Grand Rapids. Andrew C. has a question for us about power of attorneys and also guardianship. So, can someone with a power of attorney also serve as a guardian for an individual? I am the agent for my aunt, but her banker says that I still have to get appointed as a conservator. He has a big question mark there, which I think means, how would you answer that question for Andrew? So her banker says I still have to get appointed as a conservator.
So I have to laugh just 1 minute. I have a new law clerk who's working in our, more or less our probate, wills and trust estate planning division.
Okay.
And I'm starting to see that these are all questions that are related to probate or estate planning.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, but they do have real estate involved with them because as you know,
yep.
There's a lot of real estate issues that come up in probate. So my office handles a lot of those matters. We don't.
Yeah, three out of 4 questions tonight are gonna deal with probate.
I just realized that, like, wait a minute, like, where am I getting these questions from? Okay, so on that one, there's another fiduciary in the picture. Unlike the first question where we had a personal representative,
mm-hmm.
we have actually somebody who's what we call an agent or an attorney in fact, who has the power to act on behalf of their principal. Their principal has given them what we call a power of attorney, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the people who work on behalf of an individual under a power of attorney are called agents or attorneys in fact, and depending on what is listed as the powers of that attorney, like what are the things that that person can do on behalf of an individual, will decide, well, what, is it really necessary to go get a conservator? So for instance, a power of attorney, I could give you, Blair, the power of attorney to handle my real estate transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically that. You don't have authority to do anything else on my behalf except I've given you this one item of authority.
Okay.
So we would have to see what that power of attorney says. Okay, that's number one for these people in Grand Rapids. Number two, a conservator is a individual who has a fiduciary power on behalf of an individual to handle all the finances of an individual. And they're appointed by the court, and they're also responsible to the court to do an accounting on a regular basis on behalf of their
mm-hmm.
Principal to make sure that all the numbers and all the banking and accounting is in order. That's what a conservator does. They only handle the money. They're not guardians.
Okay.
Okay. So again, why do we need to have somebody being appointed as a conservator unless they don't have the authority under the power of attorney to do those things that a conservator would do?
Okay.
So the banker in that question is saying, it sounds like to me when you read through it, it sounds like, well, the banker, the person went in, probably not right now, but maybe on the phone, and said, hey, this is what the power of attorney says, and maybe let's pretend they were trying to open a bank account. Well, if the power of attorney doesn't give that attorney, in fact, the authority to open a bank account, then that's not what they can do. Then they have to go to court, petition the court to be the fiduciary under the conservatorship, which
mm-hmm.
allows them then to go and open up a bank account. You understand the difference?
Yeah. So what folks need to take away here is that power of attorney is not blanket power over all of the different avenues that you could take.
Right.
Yeah.
So power of attorney, just so you know, on when we do estate plans, my power of
mm-hmm.
attorney for my clients, it lists 36 pages. It has a table of contents. There are 36 pages in that power of attorney that basically detail everything that you could ever think of.
Yep.
You could do on behalf of somebody else to help them with their daily operating procedures, let's say. Okay. So power of attorney can be all over the map.
Okay. But sounds like power of attorney can also be a little bit like a la carte, where you can pick and choose.
Yeah,
this is this and this is that, or you can do the whole enchilada. Power of attorney.
So this is really interesting. Again, this goes with
mm-hmm.
question number one. When the individual who you're acting as the attorney in fact for, when that person dies, guess what dies with it?
The power
of attorney.
Okay.
So I've had people try and sign deeds and do stuff after the power of attorney has expired because the individual expired.
Sure.
And it's not effective. It expires on its own terms.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
All right.